Greetings fellow travelers and YouTubers, it's Apple Stump Bushcraft Stuff and Things. Back with another MRE review. This is menu number 10 from 2004. Chili and macaroni. So without further ado, let's get to it. So it's a 2004 vintage military MRE by the Wornick company. Menu 10. And supposedly contains chili and macaroni as the main course, a cookie, cheese spread, jalapeno, yahoo, wheat snack bread, cocoa beverage powder, accessory packet B, a spoon, and a flameless ration heater. Accessory packet B allegedly contains coffee, probably going to be taster's choice, sugar, creamer, salt, chewing gum, matches, toilet tissue, hand cleaner, and red pepper and candy, possibly vanilla, caramels, or chocolate. Now let's open up that bag and see what's inside. Once again, peelable seal means nothing to me because I can't peel them, got no fingernails. So we use our peelable seal peeler, also known as a nice blade. Reach inside and pull it out and see what we got. Right on top we have a mystery packet. Possibly a chocolate bar in there or something. With a packing date of 315th day of 2004. Cookies, chocolate mint with chocolate chips. Packing date is layered right on top of the label, but it's the 278th day of 2004. Accessory packet B. We'll open that up a little bit later. Another MRE spoon for the Camping Master supply kit. Cocoa beverage powder. Says to add 6 fluid ounces, so we'll consider doing that. There it is, packing date 229th day of 2004. There's the nutrition information. If you're interested in that, you can pause the video and check it out. Here we have probably wheat snack bread. Yum yum. In the past this has turned out to be pretty good and pretty stable over time. And the 286th day of 2004. Now for my buddy Polly in England, we have his favorite all-time cheese spread. Cheese spread with jalapenos. As he would say, hell no, right? 275th day of 2004. Our good old flameless ration heater. We're going to try and use this one today. I have a pot of water boiling on the stove just in case this doesn't work. 309th day of 2004 on that. And this is our entree. Chili and macaroni, some nutrition facts there if you want to pause it and look at them. And the packing date on this is 297th day of 2004. So let's open these up and take a look and see what this is all about. Alright, there it all is, spread out and ready to go. So we're going to heat up some water for the cocoa powder, and we'll open up these other items and start cooking the main entree, the chili and macaroni. Hopefully it's in some kind of red sauce, tomato-y or ketchup-y or something. Alright, first order of business I think will be to see if the flameless ration heater is going to work. Because if it doesn't, then we're going to have to boil it, right? So stand by just 1 second. We'll open it at the tear line and retrieve our mac and chili. Chili mac, right? I'm going to pull this out of here, match these up together. See if we can somehow get them back in the envelope. Oh, look at that, they might actually go. Hoorah, hoorah. And maybe not. Try to get the heating element somewhere right about in the middle of the retort pouch. And we're going to add some water. I typically don't put salt in these, some people do. Mix it around a little bit, and if it's going to get hot, we'll know that just real quick. Yep, you got heat coming, and an awful lot of it. Whether I'm going to be able to get it back in the original carton is another question altogether. Alright, so I'm going to set this off camera a little bit to cook so I can do other things here on the tray. So the cocoa beverage powder, take a look in there, it's nice and powdery still. Alright. And we just happen to have some hot water ready and available. 6 ounces is what it calls for, so 6 ounces it shall be. With about a half a teaspoonful going onto the tablecloth. That always makes the powers that be happy. I'll leave that spoon in there for a minute. I don't think it'll melt. Next we're going to open the cookies. Chocolate chip with a mint flavor apparently. Oh, they're bigger than I thought they would be. And we have an oxygen absorber. They seem rather dry. They also look like Mrs. Fields cookies. They're quite crumbly. That's to be expected from close to 14-year-old cookies. Give them a smell real quick. Can smell both chocolate and mint in there, so at least they're probably true to their packaging. This is the mystery pack. I have no idea what this is. Could be the candy. It said there was some kind of candy in there, so. Aha. Tootsie Rolls. Look at that. Good old Tootsie Rolls. The real deal. There's a cardboard sleeve in there holding them straight, but I'm bending it back and forth, and it's still quite pliable, so the chances are that the Tootsie Rolls held up well in their individual foil packets. Next, let's take a look at the wheat snack bread. I believe there's just one, which is fine with me. I'm probably gonna eat this, but I don't know about the jalapeno cheese. That is another animal altogether. Let's take a look at accessory packet B. And of course I can't get it started tearing. So we got our handy dandy seam ripper. And as predicted, we have Taster's Choice, freeze-dried instant coffee, salt, creamer, non-dairy, matches, always handy, ground red pepper, toilet tissue, good old standby Lighthouse brand, Good for fire starting in the woods if you have some left over after doing your business. Makes a good tinder. Moist towelette. Pretty pliable, probably still moist. Packet of sugar, 4 grams. And 2 chewing gum pieces. Nice and shiny in their little glassine envelope. I'm going to put those back in there, into their packet, but I really don't plan on using any of them for now. If that was coffee, I would have used the creamer and the sugar, no question. But we're not making the coffee today, so all of that goes back in accessory packet B. Take a field check of, oh, the flameless ration heater's doing a nice job in there. This is smoking hot right on it. Feels good actually. I'm going to continue to let that cook for a while. Let's take a look at the cheese spread with jalapenos in it. Now if you watched the last MRE review we did, which was about a month ago or so, maybe 3 weeks, there was cheese spread in that and it was just plain cheddar cheese. And it came out surprisingly yellow. Just a touch on the orange side, as you might expect cheddar cheese to be. So I have high hopes for this. With apologies to Polly's MRE reviews and things in England. I kind of like jalapeno cheese spread, and so if it looks good and smells okay, chances are I'm going to try some of it on the wheat snack bread over there. And let's give the hot chocolate another stir and a taste test while we're at it. There we go, steamy and hot. Here's to your good health. That tastes like any hot chocolate mix that you would find in the store that you make with water and not milk. So it's a little on the thin side, but it's nice and chocolatey. Has a good chocolatey aftertaste. Don't taste anything artificial in there, and it doesn't taste old. That would be quite refreshing to somebody out in the field in the winter time, believe me. This was a good choice for today. I normally don't drink hot chocolate during the year except in the winter, and then I do, occasionally. Not every day, but at least a couple times a week. So, been kneading this jalapeno cheese for a little while. It's getting nice and soft. The oils are being distributed in there pretty well. So let's take a look at it and see what goes. I like to open a corner of these with my knife, like so. Actually, I can see if it's on the blade. Sometimes is a good sign. There's a little bit on the blade right there. See, it looks yellow. That's also a good sign. I really hate it when the cheese comes out brown. Comes out brown, I really don't want to eat it. Okay, so let's squeeze a little bit on the corner of the bread here. It looks edible. Smell it. It smells like the kind of cheese that comes out of a spray can or a pressurized can. I think what they call it, Cheese Whiz or something like that. I always thought that was a funny name. I'm going to try a little bit of it. The snack bread tasted just about like the last snack bread that we had in one of our previous reviews. The jalapeno cheese spread starts off kind of cheesy and kind of like it came out of a can. Slight hint of maybe being a little old. And then the heat comes on. And so right now the heat is starting to make itself apparent from the jalapenos. It's not too much, and I can tolerate that quite easily. Have another bite. The wheat snack bread doesn't taste stale at all. It's dry. It would be thirst-provoking in a situation where maybe there wasn't very much water available or other fluids. Might want to pass on eating that until we came to a location where there was more water. And then actually I'm going to eat it. So let's have some more. Now the jalapenos are kicking in the back of my throat. Still okay. I'm not opposed to jalapenos per se. I like jalapeno poppers, and I like them on nachos, especially the kind they make at one of our favorite restaurants here in Boise. So let's have another bite of that. Very dry. Not terribly flavorful, at least not the wheat snack bread is not. But the jalapeno cheese makes up for that in a big way. Let's kind of cleanse our palate from the jalapeno cheese with another sip of chocolate, and we'll try one of the cookies. Now we have a nice mixed flavor of hot chocolate, jalapeno cheese, and very bland snack bread. I guess things could be worse. Okay, so one of the cookies appears to have possibly a slight dusting of sugar on top. It's hard to tell, and I think you can see some chocolate chips in there. Pretty crumbly. You can smell the chocolate. That's the smell that comes on first, and then the mint is also easily detectable. I'm going to break off a piece of it because that's what it wants to do naturally. Yeah, you can see sugar crystals on there. Now let's give it a try. Well, that cookie is about as dry as the Great Mojave Desert. But that said, it's quite chocolatey, and the flavor of the mint comes through as kind of a, not necessarily an overpowering commingled flavor, but it's quite detectable, and it lingers a lot longer than the flavor of the chocolate does. Let's check out our, ooh, that's very hot. Now it's getting hot on both sides, so that tells me it's getting close to being cooked. I'm going to leave that for a little while longer. Get it up at a better angle over there. And let's have another bite of jalapeno cheese on the cracker. It's just slightly more orange than maybe a cheese spread out of a can would be. Slightly more. The taste is not rancid or off-putting at all, and I can still feel the heat from the previous bites I had, even though I had a bite of the chocolate chip and mint cookie, and even though I drank some hot chocolate, I can still feel the heat from the jalapeno, but it's not bad. It just reminds me that there is some in there. I've found that a little bit of lemon juice will put the fire out pretty well. Orange juice, anything with citrus. If you find yourself getting a little bit too much heat out of something with peppers in it, some people like milk, sour cream, yogurt. I prefer a little bit of lemonade to put the fire out. It works quite well. But that's just for me. Alright, let's see about these Tootsie Rolls. Peels open quite nicely and easily. So that kind of looks like something that came out of the southbound end of a northbound poodle. But it bends quite easily. So there's 4 main segments and then a half a segment on each end, so that's approximately 5 little segments of Tootsie Roll. I'll break one off here. Twist to remove, right? Tastes just like a fresh one out of the store. Tastes like I just bought it today. It's not hard, it's very chewy like it's supposed to be. Tootsie Roll is essentially a chocolate flavored taffy. There are actually nutrition facts printed on the Tootsie Roll wrapper, and the serving size is 1 bar, calories 50. Or is that 60? It looks like 60. So 60 calories in this whole entire piece. A little bit of quick energy. It's not going to last you for the day. But it would be nice if you're out on the trail and feeling a little bit hungry. Your energy level dropping a little bit. The Tootsie Roll could certainly perk you up for the next mile or so till you get where you're headed. Now we're still waiting for the main course, chili and mac, to finish heating. It's quite warm, and we might call it in the next 5 minutes or so and open it up. And once I get the retort pouch out of the FRH envelope, I'll know more about the status of the heating. If it needs more, I'll pop it in the boiling water. Let's have another bite of this wonderful deluxe cheese spread and wheat bread. It's okay. The bread is awfully dry, and I don't know if it ever was moister than that. There was an oxygen absorber in the pack, but not anything to do with moisture. Well, let's have another quarter of that chocolate chip and mint cookie. You only need to take about 2 chomps on that before it turns to dust in your mouth. That's how dry those are. But the lack of moisture in the cookies doesn't seem to take away from the flavor. Chocolate first, and then mint, and the mint stays with you longer than the chocolate does. That's pretty good. So we took a little break there to squeeze out a little bit of the cheese, jalapeno cheese paste, I guess it would be called, spread, onto a spoon just to take a look at it. You really can't see like pieces of jalapeno in there, but there are flecks, tiny little flecks in there that suggest a darker color, possibly green. So put that on there. And bon appetit. Once again, the heat from the jalapeno doesn't come on right away. It's 10 or 15 seconds after you're done chewing it, and after it's already gone down the hatch, as it were. Then you feel it, but it's still good. Alright, get these out of the way a little bit. And we're going to pull out the FRH envelope. Oh man, that's not, wow, holy crap, that's hot. I'm going to let that go ahead and continue to transfer some of that blazing heat that it has into the retort pouch, because I'd rather have it be too hot and have to cool it down than have it not be hot enough. So we'll get back with you in a couple minutes. Okay, let's give this a go. I'm going to remove the retort pouch from the FRH envelope and go rinse the pouch off, because sometimes there's a little bit of residue that makes its way onto the retort pouch from the heater element. I'm not sure what's in there. I've heard that it's just iron filings, but I'm going to go rinse it off anyway. And there it is, the chili and mac. I'll squish it around a little bit because it feels unevenly heated. It's pretty hot though. I don't see any leakage in the envelope, the retort pouch. Can't smell anything in particular that smells like food. So I'm going to squish it down below the level of the tear line here, which doesn't seem to be tearing quite so easily, so stab it. And first look. Not too bad. Color looks good. You can see some macaroni in there, and it looks like maybe some meat, and there's probably a bean or two. We'll squeeze it out and see what comes out. So far that does not look too bad. That does not look bad at all. Not bad. What do you think? Looks like cafeteria food, maybe. Gonna give it a smell. Oh, there's a lot of chili in there. Smells a lot like red chili powder. Now I know that the accessory packet came with a small envelope of red chili powder, and from the smell of this, it doesn't smell to me as though any additional chili powder would be required. No, let's take a bite. Pretty sure that's beanless chili. Certainly not vegetarian, it's full of hamburger. The taste is kind of school cafeteria-like. Tastes like it came out of a can. There's definitely a lot of pepper in there. Not hot, just a peppery flavor. Possibly some other spices too, like you might find in a good salsa. There might be some cilantro and parsley and a few other things mixed in with that. It'd be impossible to identify them. Not too bad. The macaroni itself looks like it might be almost elbow macaroni rather than straight macaroni tubes like you might expect. See, they're bent. But that's just a side note. Well, there you have it. Menu 10 from 2004. Chili and macaroni. Beanless, I would have to say. There's no beans in there. Wheat snack bread, which was pretty good. Awfully dry, but good. Cheese spread with jalapenos, which made this even better than it was. Tootsie Rolls. We'll save one for one of our go bags and probably eat the rest of that one. Chocolate chip and mint cookies. Dry as the desert sands, but good. And cocoa beverage base. Just fine. It's cooled off quite a bit by now, but not bad. Well, that'll do it for this edition of Apple Stump Bushcraft Stuffin' Things MRE review. We're getting pretty close to 200 subscribers now. It was at 199 this morning when I looked at it. So that means we're going to have to cook up another giveaway to mark 200 subscribers whenever that 200th person joins us. It'll be something nice, and we'll do a little video about that when the time comes. In the meantime, if we don't see you before then, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Holidays. Until next time, Apple Stump Bushcraft Stuffin' Things, we wish you a good one. Adios.